How are you doing, sir?
Great, great.
Ah, see the count now. It's talking. It's saying great. It's giving me baritone voice. I hope I was not stressful getting to see you.
No, I left quite early.
Okay, great. Because there's no movement, and I understand that can be a little bit of trouble. Okay. Now we're going to be talking about a number of things today. A lot of them today, and on the show we basically look at law, property. We look at household. We look at
Today's topic actually, we want to narrow it down to co-ownership.
Yes, that's why I was going there.
Okay.
Like we're talking about ownership, household. We're talking about family, and then we're looking at ownership, co-ownership of landed properties or buildings, as the case may be. Husband and wife.
Yes, that makes it interesting when it's husband and wife.
Yes, husband and wife. How do we, at this time and age, a lot of disparities right now because everybody's forming woke generation. They say woke generation out there. So how do we balance things?
Okay, for today, we'll narrow it down, look specifically to co-ownership of property between husband and wife. Now, just like the name implies, co-ownership means that the husband and the wife can bring the resources together to acquire property.
And what name
be it residential, be it commercial, be it for industrial purpose. Either of them, two of them can come together, just like friends can come together, contribute, and acquire property. But see, when it comes to husband and wife, it's more peculiar when husband and wife come together to contribute their resources to acquire property. Now, the Land Use Act, which is the foundational law that governs the use of property or the use of land, does not make provision for co-ownership of properties between husband and wife. Okay, so we'll look at so many scenarios. I will paint some few scenarios, and that will help us to where we're going to. So, a husband and wife have the authority and right, of course, to own property separately. So they can own separately, and they can own in their name without restriction. Okay. Let's look at a few situations. There is a particular case I want to make reference to. The case is known as the Aderomo versus Aderomo. It's a 2003 case. Okay. Now, in that case, the wife, at this point, respondent, acquired property with the title in her name, with her husband's name. Then the husband signed as a witness. When issue arose between the two of them for divorce, and the husband wanted to claim the property, the court established that the mere fact that your name appeared as a witness, does not confer to you the right of ownership, because you signed as a witness. Okay, so the wife built on the land, and the family resided in the house as their matrimonial home. Now, in the petition for divorce, that's when they were, the issue started. The wife sought for an order of a mandatory injunction to order the husband to vacate the house. To order the husband, because the marriage don't break down, Yeah, so the court granted her claim. The man was stopped by the court from contesting title on the land
because he signed as a witness.
Yes, so in other words, it's suffice to say that where there is dispute between husband and wife over a landed property, the law would give the property to the person whose name has been used to purchase the document. That's one scenario.
That's one.
One scenario.
A lot of questions in my head.
Yes. Let's look at the second scenario. This scenario also is a case known as Idrisu versus Obafemi, a 2004 case. Now, the husband, being the plaintiff, an employee of public corporation, claimed that he bought the land in dispute in his wife's name in order to conceal his identity as a civil servant. So he was a civil servant, and he didn't want anybody to know that he was buying the property. He bought in his wife's name. In an action to recover the land, his wife denied claim that he bought the land in dispute with his funds. The plaintiff, being the husband, had no way to prove that he bought the land because the entire purchase document was in her name. The case was dismissed and the property was given to the wife. Now, let's look at the scenario, The man bought with his money,
that's one,
but in the name of the wife. Are you understanding that? In the name of the wife. Where the issue arose, When the issue arose, the person name within the document claim the same. So there is a presumption in law that if a husband buys a property in the name of his wife, it is presumed that the husband intends to give it to her as a gift for her advancement and development. Now, very often, men, when we buy things, we buy in love.
Yes.
Okay, there's nothing wrong about it. But you need to also be very, very conscious that when you buy those things in her name, God forbid anything arises, the name on the property will claim the property. The same thing, men who does things for fiancé and concubines outside. When you buy,
did you have to shake that table?
No, I need to go that direction a little bit.
Don't shake table.
So that when you buy in her name or you gift her, and tomorrow the marriage don't work out again, or tomorrow the relationship fails to survive, you come to make a claim that you bought it in. It was both of you that own the property. It's totally wrong. Unfortunately, men will always give gifts for advancement of women and development. The women, the Lord does not recognize when women give gifts.
We need to pause it here. Go on a quick break, and when we come back, we will now talk about why.
Why is it like that?
Why is it like that?
Why?
We'll be back.
Are you interested in acquiring the right skills to succeed in real estate business in Nigeria? Then join the Real Estate Entrepreneurship Mentorship class with Dr. Prince Joel, a real estate investment coach. Join the online physical class, which commences on the 14th of August 2021. Duration 3 months, to be held on Saturdays only and with 3 physical classes. Registration fee is just 150,000 naira only. To enjoy discount in the Real Estate Entrepreneurship Mentorship Program, candidates must register before 10th August 2021. Now, don't miss this opportunity to learn all you need to know to succeed in the real estate entrepreneurial journey. As Dr. Prince Joel, a real estate investment coach, together with other big names in the real estate industry, will be empowering you to succeed. To register, WhatsApp 080-20-550410. Again, 080-20-550410. Or email askme, that is ASKME, at drprincejoel.com.
We're back. Okay, now we're back. We're talking about something earlier.
Yes. We painted 2 scenarios. Okay, yes. And I say that there is this presumption in law that if a husband buys a property in the name of his wife, it is presumed that the husband intends to give it to her as a gift for her advancement and development in life. Okay, but of course with adequate evidence. There must be an evidence to that effect. Now, I'm not saying that it's unfortunate that very often it is the man that gives the gift. Hardly will you see where the woman gives the gift for the advancement of the man and development. All this borders on evidence, okay, fine. If there is an adequate, or there must be an adequate evidence, okay, to establish that this was given for the advancement of the individual, whether the man or the woman. But the law recognizes when a gift is given to the woman. Now, there is no advancement or development from a wife to his husband. For example, if a husband buys property in his name with the advancement of his wife's money, he merely holds such property in trust for his wife and does not own the property.
Wow.
That's
what the law says.
Yes, that's the position. Now, it seems that this law, of course, and the principle above are in favor of the what? Of the women. Yes. They're in favor of the women and not the men.
So in cases where the woman gives you money,
you understand? So it is very, very important to understand that evidence when both parties are contributing. It's very, very key. Let me try and look at another last case, quick one. It's called Cooker versus Cooker. It's also very old case, 1964 case. Now, the plaintiff and defendant were husband and wife before marriage dissolved. So the matrimonial home was built jointly by them on a piece of land which was gifted to the wife by her father. Her father gifted that land to the wife. Are you understanding what? Yes. Now the husband bought a booklet. Bought a booklet and caused some of the tickets to be made out of his name and some in his wife's name. A ticket purchased in the wife's name won a substantial sum of money which was applied towards the building of their matrimonial home, which was in joint names.
Yeah.
In an action brought by the husband, the court held that the house was jointly owned by both of them. There was no doubt that the land gifted to the woman by her father was a substantial contribution to the matrimonial home. So this is basically about substantial contribution. There's a proof, there's an evidence.
There's evidence.
Now, I have told my friends, my clients, people around me, when you're buying property, husband and wife buying property, it is important you take serious caution on how the name on the title is couched. It is very, very wrong for you to buy a property in the name of Mr. and Mrs. What's the first name again? Kolade Onowu.
Yeah.
Yes, it's wrong. The appropriate is to buy in the name of Mr. Kolade Onowu and Mrs. Juliet Onowu.
Okay, so it's better that way.
Yes, it's legally protected when you separate the two entities' name. Okay? When it comes to buying a property, husband stand on your own, wife stand on your own. You understand? Now, we have seen situations where people, out of love, do so many things. And when there is separation, okay, you begin to see the devil come out of them. You begin to see the real reaction. The same thing applies when friends come together to buy property. Yeah. There's nothing wrong coming together to buy property. Okay, but we've seen situations where man buy a house for girlfriend. When quarrel boss, the man carry area boys, go beat the girl, come out for the house. That's criminal. That's criminal. You don't buy in her name, you don't buy in her name. It is her own, it is gifted for her advancement and development.
We need to stop saying that. We need to take a break now. That's when we are taking It's still Law and Property Show right here on Inspiration 92.3 FM. Of course, my name is Kolade Dominating, not alone in the studio. Dr. Prince Joe is also here. We've been talking about ownership of property, co-ownership of property between husband and wife. And it's been dropping some major life-changing nuggets. Just at the same time, it's been shaking some tables. At the end of the day, just hold on to your side of the table if you don't want to fall off. All right, so back to that. I think we should open the phone lines now.
Yeah, we should. While we expect calls to come in, it is important to understand that when two parties own property, the other party cannot sell without the consent of the other.
Okay.
So when a husband and wife owns the property, the wife cannot sell without the consent of the husband.
Okay.
But again, understand under matrimonial course, once either of the party dies, the other party survives the property. Yeah, it's very important. And the same thing applies to friends. When friends come together to own property or to acquire property, you cannot sell without the consent of the other. Okay, you cannot. Of course, when the other dies, you can survive the property. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Can family lay claim to such property in cases where you have co-ownership, and then in cases like that?
No, for husband and wife, it's quite different when friends own.
I mean, I'm talking about friends now, because for cases where
that's why it's also very good to have a perfect memorandum of understanding between for such arrangement in the death of either of the party who survives the portion that the person owns.
So you need to agree on that.
Very important. Yes, and for such, it's either by way of association or by way of a limited liability company. So whoever is going to survive the dead person will be surviving or inheriting the shares of the deceased.
All right, 0817-313-6193. That is for WhatsApp. If you've got questions, Dr. Prince Joel will be talking about it. It's going to be giving you the answers to your questions regarding this. And then if you have questions regarding maybe co-ownership of property right now, and you're dealing with one case or the other, and you're battling with it right now, this is free consultation available. Come and consult.
There was a video that trended recently. I will not name withheld of a lady being thrown out of a property.
Yes.
That was bought for her. That was bought for her by her employer, whom she has, served over 30 years.
Yes.
Now, the question to ask now is on whose name was that property bought? Because if the employer bought that property in his name and just allowed you to stay there,
You're more or less like a
50
tenant.
days, 50 years after, you will come for a property. You get? But in your mind, you believe that he had given you that. Yeah. So people should be very careful.
But in cases like that, when they dash you, when they give you property,
when they dash you property, you
Oh,
perfect
okay.
the name. You see, that's why we are doing all those things. Person dash you property, the things he carry in name. He don't dash you anything now.
so how do you perfect it? Because some people are listening right now. They
Yes, now, very simple thing now. I give you property.
You
Oh,
dash me
thank you.
Colade.
Put that for paper, write down. Transfer all the right, the dues,
The ownership.
everything to me in my name, not in joint name. And I know say you give me property. It doesn't make sense. I gave him XYZ. And this one does not even end on your property. Even the car. I bought a car for the lady I want to marry, for example. And I gave her a Range Rover 2021, give and she's everywhere on social media. Oh,
Then
the property don't carry your name.
All right.
The day Yawa go gas, the guy go come and buy property and he go get her because my name there on top.
That's very true. Now, you're talking about your mentorship program.
Yeah, my mentorship program.
We'll talk about it real quick, just right after this break.
Okay.
And when we do that, we'll give, take some questions that we have on social media and the rest of that. Still the Law and Property Show. I've still got Dr. Prince joining in the studio. It's not easy to always catch people like this. When people are just big, they come and visit you.
But
You better take the stars on. So one means I can say I finally made it now.
you're made. In your own capacity, you're made.
All right, we're talking about something before we went.
Yeah, the mentorship program.
Yeah,
Yeah, you see, you know why that program it's a must to attend.
Okay.
For any real estate lover, any real estate. A lot of people are into real estate business today, but I bet you they know nothing. All they know now to sell, collect commission. And you will see that now when you go zone 2 police station, 90% of the matter cases full everywhere. All are related to what? To property related matter. You go to SFU, the same thing. Very elementary things that they would have avoided. Very elementary. You and somebody they do transaction, you agree saying go pay you XYZ when you sell the property. Nothing to show for it. The guy don't sell, collect money, you begin to chase him. Very elementary things, and that's why this mentorship program is a key. It's must. Beyond the selling, yes, you need to generate revenue. You need to make money. You need to make commission. You need to double your revenue and all that.
Yes.
But how well do you know this business called real estate? Okay, now I can put it to you that real estate is the gold mine. 30 years from now, we'll see you do real estate business.
True.
50 years from now, we'll see you do real estate business.
Because obviously people are still buying.
50 years from now, there will be scarcity of a house. At the moment, as I speak to you, statistics has it that 1 person to 10 houses.
And the population won't stop growing.
So I am saying that we need more housing in Nigeria. As people are going into this business, they need to get educated. And the beauty of it is that I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with other big names in the industry.
Yeah.
Other big names that have excelled, other big companies that have excelled. Okay, we're coming together to train them from knowing what is survey to knowing how to resolve issues to knowing documents in property transactions. Everything surrounding property management, sale, acquisition, title to property. We run this, and it's purely online. No, there's a physical part of it which comes once a month.
Okay.
Okay, and every week there is an online training.
Okay.
And it's been amazing, amazing. Because see, when you know, knowledge is power.
True.
And that's what I'm offering. So for those who are interested, let them feel free to send WhatsApp message on 08020550410.
Dr. Prince, take it easy. That number, you call it swag. I mean, just drop it one like
08020550410.
Okay, that's the number. So in case you're interested right now, you want to be a part of that, just send a WhatsApp message to that number, or can they send text messages to us?
Yes. For those who know get Android phone, can send text message. Yes. Those who, no. I don't mean any harm. No, come on. I don't mean any harm. I mean those who do not like Android phone can do a text message.
Okay.
Very simple. Very simple.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
I've learned a lot.
No. The way you see, the worst come to worst, there's China phone, and it still has Android. So whichever category you find yourself, just send a message.
Just try to send a message.
Just try to send a message.
So you can be a part of that,
Yeah.
and because it's very enlightening, and you get to learn a lot of things from there as well. I've also learned a lot just having conversations.
What did you learn? Your marriage.
I'm not married.
Oh, so you now know how to handle those issues. Very, very. The one that you engaged to.
Let me play you the song that you want to listen to. Bye-bye.
Before that, next week I'm hoping we're going to do something very fantastic.
Okay.
We're going to be looking at tenancy law. We're going to look at landlord and tenant relationship.
Oh, that would be lovely.
So all the people who don't give 6 months notice, gather decide.
Yeah.
All those who they fight landlord.
Next week.
And those who landlord they fight.
9:30 till 10 a.m.